Make sure that I'm live on YouTube. And then going live on Instagram. All right, we're all here. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday? Hey. I can't keep track of the days. I don't know about you guys. I'm having a hard time. Okay, so today is Thursday. We did arms yesterday. Was anyone here for arms? I'm definitely a little sore from that. So today I thought we would do legs. Every day. I can't be there with you, so everyone's at very different levels. So I want you to really try to tap into your inner teacher, your instincts to trust yourself. And if there's anything that we do today that just doesn't feel good in your body, doesn't feel right, specifically if you feel like sharp pain or pinching where bone meets bone, like joints, that's usually your body's way of saying like you don't have the strength or the flexibility to go that deep in the pose. So you can always modify. If you don't know how to modify, you can always skip it. But just try to tap into your instincts and your intuition and trust yourself. Since I can't be there to actually physically guide you, I'm really counting on you to protect your bodies today. So do that, okay? I'm trying to, every time I do this, I don't say hello to people, but everyone's waving and it's hard for me to read because I have the camera tilted to the side, but hi everyone. Okay, so one more logistics. I know that everyone is kind of in different positions right now as far as work goes. So if you are out of work and you know, just struggling financially right now, like I just want you to be here. Don't feel the need to send me any money or anything. I think that you specifically need this a little more to help de-stress. However, if you do feel inclined to donate some money to me, since I'm out of some of my work too, teaching yoga classes and my food industry work that I do sometimes, you can send me. So find a spot, get your mat out, get cozy. We're going to start in a child's pose. So if you know child's pose and you're comfortable with it, just get right into it. If you've never done child's pose before, and you're going to take your big toes to touch, knees wide, reach the arms out long, and forehead to the mat. Now, if you feel any, just kind of flop off the edge of it, so that takes some of the tension out of the tops of the feet. Feel good here. Just take the arms out long, forehead to the mat, and then just give yourself a few moments here in child's pose to just kind of settle in. Start to notice how you're breathing. If you feel like you're kind of wound up a little bit tighter in the chest, maybe just take a deep, sorry, I just had my coffee. Sometimes this does that to me. So maybe just take a deep inhale through the nose and open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One more, just like that, deep inhale through your nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Good. Now trying to close your mouth and breathe in and out of your nose. If your nose is stuffed up today, you can always breathe in and out your mouth. But you're going to try to breathe in and out your nose because your nose is a narrower stream of breath. So the holes in your nose are smaller than the hole in your mouth. So it's going to help you to lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. If you'd like to try Ujjayi breath, you would do that. That's Ujjayi means victory. You would do that by finding that slight restriction in the back of your throat. So it's the very same way you make that HA sound out your mouth, that but you find that in and out your nose. So you can just attempt that. Just a few more rounds of breath in child's pose. Good. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands over to the right side, maybe off the edge of the mat. So keep your forehead down and then just stretch through the left side body. So if it feels good to take your left hand and stack it on top of your right, you can do that. And then feel how when you inhale, your lungs expand, your ribs expand, and those muscles on that left side body expand. And when you exhale, you feel a slow release. A couple more rounds of breath here. Good, and then on your next inhale, you're gonna walk the hands through center and then over to the left side of the mat, stacking your right hand on top of the left if that felt good. And then again, just really try to focus on getting those deep, full breaths, feeling this expansion in that right side body. Good, and then inhale, walking the hands back through center, and just take a round of breath in neutral child's pose here. Good, and then you're gonna slowly press yourself into your tabletop position. So if you've got those props, just remove them. You're always welcome to put a blanket or an extra piece of cushion underneath your knee if your knees are sensitive. So stacking the shoulders over the wrist here, spread your fingers nice and wide. And we're gonna start to move through some cat-cows. So on an inhale, feel your tailbone tilt up, drop the belly, pull the chest through the arms and open through your throat. And then on your exhale, tuck the tailbone under, press into the hands to round the upper back and drop your head. Good, inhaling, pull. Feel good to kind of move around a little bit, maybe squirm around as you do these poses. So trying to feel your instincts, your more sensual side where you're just kind of moving with your feeling. What feels good, moving through the back of the spine and the front body. Good, and then just coming back to a neutral tabletop. Good, so from here, you're gonna take your right leg, I'm gonna scooch forward a little bit. You're gonna take your right leg and reach it back. So straight back, flex the toes straight down towards the earth. Good. And then from here, you're gonna lift the heel up and then exhale, rounding in, pull the knee to the nose. Inhale, kick it back out, find the little arch in the back. Exhale, round it in. Good, one more like that. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, round it in. Good, inhale, kick that leg back out, so neutral spine. And then from here, you're just gonna bend through the right knee. And as if your foot was gonna step on the ceiling, you're just gonna lift that foot up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it back down, straighten the leg, and then keep the foot flexed down towards the earth, and you're just gonna take it over to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it back down. Opposite side, take the left leg out, flex the toes towards the earth. Inhale, lift the heel up, open through the heart. Exhale, pressing, rounding, tucking the knee in. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, curling. One more, inhale, kick it out. Exhale, curling in. Good, this time exhale, kick it back out. Bend the knee, so keep the foot flexed like you're gonna step on the ceiling. Just lift the foot up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, back down, straighten the leg, keep those toes straight down towards the earth, and then just take the leg over to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it back, drop the knee, take a child's pose for just a moment. Good, coming back to tabletop. Tuck the toes here and lift the knees just about an inch off the ground. So you're pressing into your palms. Feel like there's, or not pressing into your palms, pressing into your hands. Feel like there's a little suction cup in the middle of your palms lifting up. And then mimic that suction cup in between the shoulder blades. So a little bit of a rounding, kind of like cat back. And then from here, you're gonna reach the chest back towards the thighs. Start to straighten the legs, downward facing dog. So start to pedal out your feet here, bending through one knee and the other. Good, and then find some stillness here in your down dog. So checking in with your spine and down dog, make sure you're not rounding. If you feel yourself rounding like this, you bend your knees, keep reaching the hips back. So you can keep your knees bent if that means that more neutral spine. And then looking in between the hands, exhale, slowly walk the feet forward, coming up to the top, find ragdoll. So you can grab opposite elbows here and just hang. You can shake the head out, yes and no. Good, releasing the hands. Bringing the hands to the shins, find a halfway lift. Just lengthen through your spine, pull the shoulders back. So a lot of times in these halfway lifts, I see people looking forward. Do you see how my neck now is not in neutral? So imagine that the crown of the head is pulling forward, and you've got this neutral cervical spine as well. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, fingertips to the mat, step your left foot back to a lunge. Drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. So just hang out here for a couple of breaths. Maybe it feels good to sway a little side to side, stretching to the top of that left thigh. Good. And then you're going to sit the hips back, half split. So you might not get a straight leg completely. Again, if it feels good to bounce a little bit, I like to bounce just to feel myself kind of warm those muscles up, getting into the hamstring. Good. So from here, you're going to exhale, start to bend into the knee, and then just slide this right foot back towards you so much that the knee bends all the way past the toes. And then this heel is going to start to lift up. So you want to get to the point where the heel can't touch anymore, so you can kind of feel that resistance and getting the stretch through the ankle and the calf. I like to put a little weight onto my thigh. So maybe you bring your hand to that ankle to kind of feel it pull down. So the first couple times I did this pose, I didn't feel anything. I've twisted and sprained my ankles a million times when I was a kid. So I think I had a lot of scar tissue build up there. Then after about the third or fourth time, I just really, really felt this ankle stretch. So if you don't feel it today, just try it a couple more times, see how it feels. I'm obsessed with this pose. I think I learned this from Leslie at Kali Yuga. Good, and then from here, you're gonna start to lift the hips up, untuck the back toes, lift the back knee, walk the foot in just enough so you can straighten through the legs for pyramid pose. Hinging over the hips, stretching through the backs of the legs. So this left hip's gonna wanna roll up. You're gonna feel this left hip internally rotate. So as if that thigh is rolling in toward the inner right thigh to level the pelvis. Good, so from here, you're gonna lift the left leg, coming into standing splits. Good, letting that left leg go down. See if you can hover the foot and then bring it all the way through to the top of the mat. And then find standing splits on the opposite side. Lifting the right leg up. Good, exhale, drop the right foot down to meet the left. Ragdoll, shake it out. Good. Feet are gonna hip width distance. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, fingertips to the mat. This time step the left foot back to a lunge. Drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Is this the one that we just did? Yes, this is the one that we just did. Coming back. Taking the right foot back. Drop the knee. Good, so from here, again, you can just rock side to side. So the left foot's forward, right leg's back. I've been teaching yoga for 10 years and I still can't get my lefts and rights correct. So if you're a teacher out there, don't feel bad about it. I can't seem to get it right. Good. And then from here, you're going to sit the hips back, half split. Remember, you don't have to get a straight leg. Try to lengthen through your spine. So you're pulling the hips back and reaching the crown of the head forward. Good, so on your next exhale, you're gonna start to bend back into the knee and slide that left foot in towards you so that you can bend the knee all the way past the toes. You get to the point where that heel is gonna start to lift up. I like to bring a little weight onto my thigh. You can maybe take your left hand and pull it down towards the earth, just stretching through the ankle and the calf of that left leg. Good. And starting to back off that knee, untuck the back toes, lift the back knee, walk the foot in just enough to get to pyramid pose. So now this time this right hip's gonna wanna roll open. So you feel your right hip rolling in towards this inner left thigh to level the pelvis. Hinging from the hips. If you have anything like blocks, you can always put your hands up to give you a little bit more height. Good, so from here, you're gonna lift your right leg, coming into standing splits. Good, letting that right leg come down. Try to keep the foot hovering off the mat. See if you can step it through to the top of the mat, and then lift the left leg, standing splits. Squeezing that left glute. And then exhale, drop the left foot down to meet the right. Good, shake it out, ragdoll. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, press the hands into the mat, step back to a plank. So stack the shoulders over the wrist, reach the heels back. Remember, you can always drop your knees for low plank to build your core strength. Slowly, looking about a foot in front of the mat. Good, on your exhale, drop the knees, the chest, the chin. Inhale, pull the heart through Bhujangasana. Exhale, tabletop to down dog. Good, so from downward facing dog, you're gonna inhale the right leg up. You're gonna bend the knee, so keep the hips level, just like we did in tabletop. You're gonna take the foot like you're gonna step on the ceiling. So lift it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave it up, hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So bring it down, straighten the leg, and take it out to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, step the foot through to a lunge. Keep the back heel lifted. Inhale up, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Good, so level your pelvis here. So oftentimes this pelvis wants to tilt down. So feel this low core kind of engage to untuck. So you get more of an opening in the top of the left thigh, and you neutralize through the spine. Active arms, knitting your ribs. So same thing. A lot of times as teachers, we cue to people who round through their upper back. But if you're somebody who's aware of that kind of hunchback thing, sometimes we overcompensate and open through our heart. So this is not neutral in your thoracic spine. So you've got to knit your ribs as if your bottom ribs are knitting together to neutralize that upper back. Sink a little deeper, and then transfer the weight, launching in to warrior 3. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping the back foot, coming back to that high lunge. Take an inhale. And then exhale, rotate open, warrior 2. Flipping the right palm, inhale, reverse. Breathing into the right side body. Good, exhale for extended side angle. Right elbow down, left arm up. Good, inhale, reverse again. This time half bind. Bring that hand around the low back. Good, exhale, spin the hands to the mat. So pivot the left heel up, left hand down to the mat, right arm up. Good, so start to rock onto the outside edges of the feet. See if you can stack the right foot on top of the left for side plank. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your right foot, step it back forward to the outside edge of the mat. Take your hands to the inside of that right foot. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Runner's lunge. Hang out here. Good. So as we move into this variation, I want you to make sure that your knee feels okay. So if at any point you feel pulling or pinching in your knee, just back off. Don't push it as far. If it feels good, pivot the right toes out. Bring your right hand to the inner right thigh. Start to twist through your torso and then start to rock open the right hip. So keep the right foot flexed and rock onto the outside edge of that foot. Make sure you're not dumping into your shoulders here, so lift the chest up and out of the shoulders. You feel this in the outside of that right hip. Maybe the hamstring, definitely the top of the back leg. So sometimes you feel the sensation in different areas just depending on where you're tight. So it's a little bit different for everyone. Good, and then inhale, bring that knee back. And see if you can step the left foot wide, coming into Malasana squat here. So I'm gonna turn towards you so you can see me. You're always welcome to stack a couple of pillows up and sit your hips down on the pillows here, or if you have a block, you can sit on the block. So palms together at the heart. Your feet are wide. You're trying to get your feet flat on the mat. So sometimes I see people kind of with their toes up. So that means take your feet a little wider. Try to get your heels down. So imagine that there is a weight at your tailbone pulling the hips down. You're actively pressing into the palms to get that wrist strengthener. And then the elbows are opening the inner thighs. You're pulling the chest through the arms. And then as if there was a string on the crown of your head pulling you up. So you feel that opposition of being rooted down in the sit bones and growing tall out of the crown of the head. Good, so from here, keep pressing into the hands. Start to squeeze your glutes and come up to standing. Good, squeeze your butt at the top. Then exhale, come back down into that squat. Good, again, inhaling. Rising up, as if there was a pole that you're rising up on. Try not to lean forward and down. For 3 more. 3, squeeze, and down. 2, squeeze, and down. And 1, squeeze, and down. Good. So from here, if you want to give crow pose an attempt to give you a little bit more of that safety feeling. I think I'm going to turn to the side to describe this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders, so stacked, and then you're going to try to get your knees up towards your armpits. So some people like it on the outside of the triceps, some people like them on the back. Just kind of test it out. And then from here, it's just like chaturanga in the arms. So you're hinging from the elbows, shoulders moving down. Try to get your elbows right on top of the wrist. And then you look forward. So you want to look forward where you're going to go. So sometimes when you look back, it makes you want to fall. So you look forward. And then from here, hinging from the elbows. Maybe you lift one toe. Just try that out for a moment. Maybe you lift the other toe. Try it out for a moment. And then eventually, you're going to come all the way in to that balance. So your torso or your front body weighs less than your butt. So you gotta move forward a little bit further than you think. It's kind of scary sometimes, so that's why I say have that pillow, turn your head to the side if you fall. But the physics of it is that there's more weight back here than there. So it's a little bit less about muscle than you think. It's more about the physics and getting that balance point. So play around if you'd like. What we're gonna do, if you've got your crow, you're sticking your crow, see if you can keep the elbows bent. Let's see if I can do it today. And maybe you can shoot back in to chaturanga. So we're all gonna meet in downward facing dog. So when you get to downward facing dog, you're gonna inhale your left leg up. You're gonna bend the knee, and as if you're stepping on the ceiling, lift it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, straighten the leg, flex the toes down. Take the left foot out to the side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it in and step the foot through. Inhale up, high lunge. Good. From high lunge, checking in from your foundation up. So that back heel should be in between the big toe and the baby toe. That left knee is bending directly over the ankle. Your pelvis, you're working towards a neutral. So feel this little tuck here, opening through the quads, straighten through the leg. Knit the ribs, active arms. Sink a little deeper into the knee. Transfer the weight. Warrior 3. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control. Landing lightly back into warrior or to Anjaneyasana. And then exhale, rotate open, warrior 2. Flip the palm. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, extended side angle. And then inhale, reverse half bind. Exhale, spin the hands to the mat. Right hand down, right heel lifts up. Open up the left, twist. Start to rock onto the outside edges of your feet. And then stack the left foot on top of the right. Side plank, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the left foot out to the outside of the mat. Hands to the inside. Drop the back knee and tuck the toes. Runner's lunge. So give yourself a moment here. Enjoy the feeling of this pose. So you want to make sure that left knee is stacked over the ankle. So sometimes I see it kind of tucked back like this. So heel to the foot up and out to get it stacked. Good, so from here, checking in with your knee, make sure it doesn't hurt your knee. If you need to back off, back off. If you feel good about it, pivot the left toes out. Bring the left hand to the inner thigh. Start to twist through the torso. Rocking open that hip, flex the left foot. Stay on the outside edge of the left foot to protect your knee. And then make sure you're not dumping into the shoulder, so lift up and out of the chest. Good, and then pulling that knee back in. Keep the toes pivoting out. Bring the hands to the mat. Untuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Step that foot wide. Malasana squat. Good, so I'm turning towards you so you can see me. Good, so breathing here. We're gonna do the exact same thing we did. So as if there's a pole coming down from the sky, going down through the crown of the head, down along the spine and out through that space in between the sits bones. You're on that pole and you're gonna start to rise up, squeezing the glutes at the top. And then exhale, lower back down. Good, inhale, rise up. Then exhale, back down. I have no idea how many we did on the opposite side, so we're gonna do 3 more. I think that's right. And hands down. Let's just walk the feet in and then come to a child's pose. So finding your breath here. This is your opportunity to really try to reconnect, tap back into that Ujjayi breath you can. Trying to center in. Let all those outside noises just sort of fade away. Focusing back into your center, your peaceful place. So we're gonna do one more little flow. And then we're gonna start to cool down. So when you're ready, go ahead and press yourself back to down dog. You're gonna inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot through to a lunge. Inhale up and around, warrior 2. So pivot the back heel down. Good, start to straighten through the right knee. Exhale for triangle pose, so reach forward, right hand down, left arm up. Feel these obliques engage on that left side body. So try to avoid this rounding like this. Feel this bottom rib, how far down you get on that leg. It's this shift from the hips, these obliques. You're getting hamstring stretch, quad strengthener. Good. From here, start to spin the hands down towards the right foot, and then pivoting the right toes in, walking the hands all the way over to the left, coming into Skandasana. So that right foot lifts up, stretching through the inner right thigh. Good, and then exhale, Skandasana on the opposite side, lifting the left leg up, or the left toes up. Good, again, over to the left, and over to the right, over to the left, and over to the right. Good, we're gonna do it one more time. Maybe you try taking the arms out, using your core strength over to the left, over to the right. One more time, over to the left, over to the right. Good, coming back to center, pivot the toes in so that they're parallel, and find a forward fold. Breathing here. Good, walking the hands over to the right. Frame that right foot, lift the left leg. Exhale, step back. You can take a flow here if you want. Try to run an up dog, or just come back to down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step the foot through. Pivot the right toes down. Inhale up and around, warrior two. Start through this left leg. So keep this external rotation. You need a little bit of a bend in that knee to feel that. You feel this rolling open, and then reach forward. Left hand down, right arm up. Triangle pose. Again, don't let yourself round. So if you feel yourself rounding, you come up a little bit on the leg. Squeeze the right bottom rib towards the right hip. Get these obliques working. Good. And then start to bring the hands down. Swooping over to the right, Skandasana. Stretching through the inner left thigh. Good, and over to the left. Good, over to the right. And over to the left. Over to the right. And over to the left. And this time maybe you take the arms over to the right. Woo! Over to the left. Over to the right. And over to the left. Good, and then coming back to center, parallel the feet. This time if you want to interlace your hands behind the back, reach the knuckles down if you can. If you've got the hands interlaced, go ahead and release them, shake it out. Bring the hands to the hip crease and rise up. Good, so from here, pivoting the toes out, heels in. Squat down. So try to get your knees over the ankles, your shoulders over the hips. Good, from here, bring your hands to the inner thighs. You're gonna press that right thigh open and roll the right shoulder in, twist. Good, switch, over to the left. Two more times on each side, over to the right, and over to the left. Over to the right, and over to the left. Good, come back to center. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Bring the palms together at the heart. So we're gonna start to bounce down, trying to get to this 90 degrees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. Find cactus arms, find a mudra. So thumb to one of the fingers. Each finger represents an element. Just pick which one feels good and then Google it afterwards, see what you picked. And then see if you can come up onto the toes and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, straighten the legs, star pose. Let's take a lion's breath. So deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, cross the eyes. It's supposed to be ridiculous, so laugh at yourself. Do it again, inhale. Amazing. One more time, inhale. Good, so pivoting the left toes out, right toes in, sinking in. Warrior 2. Take an inhale. And then exhale, spin the hands to the mat. Step back, down dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale for pigeon. So right knee, I'm coming to face you. Right knee, I want that. Right knee towards the right wrist. And then the ankle is trying to move. Okay, I need to go back, go leg. The right ankle is trying to get up towards the left, but that's pretty tough to do. So it might be tucked in, but if you need more of a challenge, just try to push that foot up a little bit. Now, check in with your right knee. If there is pain, pinching, pulling, that is your joints telling you that you don't quite have the flexibility to do this pose in this way. So to protect your knee, first flex the foot, see if that helps. If that doesn't help, bend to the back knee, turn this into deer pose. You can fold over just the same way. If this still hurts your knee, you lay on your back for reclined pigeon, taking the right ankle to the left knee, that right knee moves away from the face. This might be enough on the hip. Maybe you interlace your hands behind the thigh or in front of the shin. So if you're here, keep the right foot flexed. So wherever you're at, just let's give ourselves some time to enjoy it. So we did a little glutes and quads strengtheners today. So we're getting into your external hip rotators on the right side here. Probably the top of that left thigh a little bit. And let yourself try to let time, gravity, and your breath slowly start to find room in your hips. So sometimes this pose can bring up a lot. For like the first 2 years of my practice, this pose made me feel super nauseous. You'll hear teachers say that you carry emotions in your hips. And I actually saw an article the other day about the more like sort of scientific base for that, which was interesting. I can't quote it, but my theory is that when we feel stressed, we tighten through our hips because they're the biggest, thickest joint in the body. They're protector muscles. We tighten, ready to fight or fly. And when we have stresses in our life over and over and over, we tighten, and those muscles stay tight. So in a pose like this where we're asking these muscles to release, the emotions that caused us to tighten up in the first place sometimes come back to mind. Sometimes they come up. So I just tell you in these moments when these emotions kind of come, just try to assess what you can let go of. So I know from those first 2 years when I felt really nauseous in this pose, I could only go so far. It was a process. So if you don't feel totally comfortable to let everything go, it's okay. Just see if there's something that you can let go of. Just take it at your own pace. Trust what feels good and okay and safe for you. So on your next inhale, you're just gonna slowly start to walk yourself up. Use your arm strength to try to lift the hips up and slide that right leg back. So stop through a tabletop if you need and just extend the leg back. You might want to lift it up and roll it out a little bit. If you're on your back, you can just extend the legs long and shake it out. Good, and then we're going to press back into down dog. Coming into pigeon on the left side. So left knee to the left wrist. This ankle's moving up towards the right, but it doesn't have to go all the way there. It takes a lot of flexibility to do that. So if you just have it tucked here and you feel like you could do a little more, then you can start to kind of slide it forward, but you don't have to. And then modifying if you need. So if you need to modify, you flex the left foot, see if that protects your knee. If you need to bend the back leg, turn it into deer pose, you can do that. If you still feel it on that knee, you can lay back and take the left ankle to the right, moving the left knee away. This might be enough. Or you take the right thigh or the right shin. Just make sure your head is relaxed. Make sure you're not lifting up through the tailbone. So only take it as far as you can keep your spine neutral. So you're really working on the hips. So that's an interesting thing to think about here, whatever variation you're in. Sometimes when we're doing a difficult pose or just unconsciously, we tighten and tense in other areas of the body that we don't need to. Oftentimes I see it in the face. So check in with your jaw. Are you clenching your teeth? Check in with your forehead. Are you furrowing your eyebrows? So try to soften through your face and your cheeks and your jaw. Think about your hands and your feet. Try to release and relax. Just sort of scan your body and notice if there's anywhere you can let go of that you might be holding on to unnecessary tension. So all this like scanning of the body and noticing these things, these are skills, these are little tools to help you find body awareness. The more you can understand how you feel, the more you can tap in to that, the more ability you have to help yourself feel good. So I've gotten into the habit when I have, especially right now with everything that's going on, if I feel really stressed mentally about some things, I try to take those moments like in meditation to scan the body and see, is there anywhere I'm holding it? Which for me, it's oftentimes in the neck and the shoulders, which is really common. So when I scan my body, I try to release and relax those things because your body and your mind are super connected. That's what yoga means. Yoga means union, yoke. So it's that connection of the mind and the body. So when you feel better in the body, it helps you feel better in the mind, and vice versa. When you feel good in your mind, it can help the body feel better. So just acknowledging that interconnectedness of the body and the mind, and really they're just all part of the same system. Let's do a few more rounds of breath here. I think pigeon pose is something you should do every day if you can. Some sort of external hip rotator stretch. Good. And then using your arms to slowly rise up. Let's just rock onto the left hip this time. Slide the right leg in front of you. Extend the legs long. And just shake it out. So literally shake out your quads. Roll out your kneecaps. Good. So from here, you're going to take, what should we do? Let's take the right foot to the outside of that left knee so you can tuck that foot back. If this is too much, tucking the foot back, you can extend the leg long. So that right foot comes to the outside of the thigh, whether you have the leg forward or tucking it back. Just make sure both your sits bones are down on the mat. So if this right hip is really lifting up, take a pillow, sit up on both sides to level the pelvis. Good, so from here, you're gonna just squeeze that right thigh into you. Let's start by taking that left elbow around the right shin, right hand behind you, and twist. So you can stay right here with this elbow wrapped around the shin. If you feel like you want a little deeper twist, you can take the elbow in front of the thigh. You can even work towards the bind here if you've got that, which would be taking that left hand into that little triangle space, and then the right hand comes behind and grips it. Good, wherever you're at. Slowly come back to center. Let's take the legs out, shake it out. I'm gonna do a better job talking you into the other side. So let's start out in staff pose. You're gonna take your left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Keep those sits bones down. So maybe you stay with that right leg long. Maybe you take the right heel tuck it towards the left glute. Just remember that if that left sit bone, that left hip is lifting up, first just try to bring it back down. If you're not able, you can take the pillow, sit up on the pillow, level the pelvis. So from here, take your right elbow to that shin, left hand behind you, twist, squeezing the leg into you. If you want a little bit deeper of a twist, you can take the elbow to the front of that thigh, twist a little deeper. You want to work on that bind. Your right hand comes in front of that thigh and through that little triangle. And then that left hand comes around and grips the right. Good. Bring it back to center. Releasing the legs down. Shake it out. Good. So from here, we're going to scooch to the center of your mat. Come down onto your elbows, down onto your back. Just going to take the feet underneath the knees. We're going to do a little heart opener to end, bringing the hands down by the sides, pressing the arms into the mat, pressing the feet into the mat. Lift the hips up for bridge pose. Maybe you start to walk onto the outside edge of the shoulders. Maybe you interlace the fingers underneath the back. So breathing here, if you want an added challenge, try to lift the right leg up towards the sky and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the right leg. Lift the left leg. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Release the grip. Rolling down all the way onto the back. Good. Take a moment here to do any final pose you feel like you want to do that you haven't done. Just giving yourself any final things that your body needs. And when you feel ready, you can just extend long and come into that final Shavasana. So, just going to give you another 30 seconds or so to finish up whatever pose you need. And when you feel nice and ready for it, just make your way into Shavasana. So Shavasana should be really comfortable. If you need a pillow behind your head, do that. If you need something under your knees, do that. If you feel like your low back kind of achy, that used to happen to me for a long time in my practice because my core was still really weak. So being flat on my back like that kind of affected my low back. So I suggest putting something under your knees, or you can even take your knees up and just like knock them in. So just taking a little scan of your body, starting with your toes. Release, relax the feet, the ankles, the shins, the calves, the knees, the quads, the hamstrings, up into your pelvis, that low belly, around into the low back, up around the ribs where your solar plexus is, where the ribs meet, up into the chest, the right chest, the left chest, the right collarbone, the left collarbone, up around the shoulders and down that middle back, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, down that spine and around up into your armpits, release, relax, down the arms, around the elbows, around the forearms, the wrists, the palms, the backs of the hands and the fingers. Coming back into your throat, feel the cool air move in and the warm air move out. Back into the neck, release, relax. Up into your jaw. So find a little space between your teeth. Let the tip of the tongue rest at the top of the mouth where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. And then like a slide down the tongue, you release the back of the tongue to the throat. But the tip of the tongue stays the top of the teeth. Releasing the cheeks, the right eye, the left eye, the temples down into your right ear and your left ear. The forehead, the eyebrows, that space right in between the eyebrows. See if you can feel a little warmth or tingling in between the eyebrows, wrapping around the back of the head, the crown of the head, letting your body feel completely relaxed. So try to feel your body feeling one sensation. Let that sensation be really heavy, melting down into your mat, into the floor, into the earth. You start to feel yourself melting down into the space around you, so much so that you can't really differentiate the space around you and your body. You start to become one with the earth, so much so that now you feel really light. And you're floating up out of your body, not burdened by the body anymore. And then from here, just tap into your imagination, your creativity. Visualize a space that is really safe and happy and calm. Maybe it's a space you've been before, maybe it's a space you'd like to go. Wherever it is, try to tap into all of your senses. So see the space in front of you, above you, to the sides of you. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? And just explore this space. You can take a walk. Maybe you just want to sit in this space and just enjoy it. So remember that this is your space. This is the space that you created. This is a space that you can go back to anytime you need it, anytime you want it. It's there for you. And so for today, we're going to start to come back. So start to bring yourself back into this room, back into your body. Start by deepening your inhales, licking the lips and letting the head rock ear to ear, wiggling the fingers and the toes, roll out the wrist and the ankles. Start to stretch the arms back over the head. Take a full body stretch, maybe a nice yawn in and a sigh out. And then dragging yourself up to a comfortable seat. And then bringing the palms together at the heart. The teacher and the light in me honors, respects, and sees the teacher and the light in you. Namaste. All right, let's see who's still watching. Thank you guys so much for sharing your virtual practice with me today. Try to enjoy the day. It is warm. It's cloudy, but it's warm out. So if you can get some fresh air, that'll be good for you. Again, people are out of work right now, so don't feel obligated by any means to donate any money. But if you feel the desire to do so, you can find me on Venmo. It's at Erica-Porter. I'm also on PayPal. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to just keep doing this every day. Thank you. Yay. I'm going to keep doing this every day at 11:30. So if you have any requests, let me know. Share it with your friends. I think in this social distancing, we still need to take care of ourselves and tap into a sense of community because it feels good. So let people know I'll be here every day on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and YouTube Live. So I'll see you guys again soon. Now I have to go through the process of ending all of the live streams. It's a little bit awkward, but you don't have to stay. You can leave and not watch me do it. All right, YouTube's done.